Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called Oneiric Gardens by developer Cicada Marionette. This is a first-person exploration game where we're going to be essentially wandering through the developer's dreams, or at least little bits and pieces of dreams that were all strung together. And you might remember this developer has actually done a lot of things that I'm quite fond of, including Crypt Worlds and No Escape Saga and Tape Dream from all the way back in like one of the first 100 episodes that I did or so. So why don't we have a little bit of a look around, and I think this is going to end up being a little bit more on the side of like a Let's Play-ish episode than a serious critique one, because, you know, this is just sort of a surreal, weird experience, and I enjoy those very much, and there's not all that much to say beyond, look at this, look at that, look at the other thing. But like I said, similar art style to Crypt Worlds, so if you were tickled by that particular look, well, we've got some of that going on here too. Interesting skybox looking up into the ceiling there. It's actually got a couple of layers to it. And then unfortunately I can see a little bit of a seam where the transparency ends in a solid flat plane. Anyway, let's go down the hallway and through a door. It's a very fancy looking like Mayan style. Actually, it's probably more maybe ancient Asian style door or something like that. It's got some very heavy sprite pixel work going on with it, so it's a little tough to tell exactly which thing we're influenced by. So we've got a variety of different places we can go to start here. So I guess I'll just start with the first thing that I see, which is this urban-looking structure over on the left. Also, if you didn't notice, when I jump, we make a little kind of pseudo-Mario sound, which is kind of funny. Let's walk around the building first, see if there's anything over here I can do. I do like to get the most out of all of the exploration that I can. And knowing that this is by Cicada Marionette, I do know that there will probably be some random little weird secrets or funny things to run into, so I'll try to do my best to see if any button prompts pop up at unexpected moments. Should warn you, of course, firsthand, I have actually played this through, or at least I've seen, I think, the majority of what there is to see. It's not particularly long or anything. So just, you know, bear that in mind. Also, not particularly the most controversial. Usually this developer is known for things that are definitely pushing the boundaries of, you know, art and things like that. Not to say that this isn't surreal by any means. It certainly is, but it definitely doesn't tend to push as many controversy buttons as I think many times those buttons get pushed. So if I knock into one of these little building blocks, we get a funny little sound, and things kind of fall apart, which is certainly not what you would expect texturally to come from blocks of urban environment. I mean, at first, you kind of see them and you're like, wait, is the scale here wrong? What's going on? We've got urban on the outside, urban on the inside. Am I very large? Am I very small? I don't really understand, but then you walk into them and they freaking break apart. And if you hit too many at the same time, they trigger each other, and they actually also make that sound many, many times all at the same time, which is a little bit overbearing perhaps, but also very startling if you don't expect it. I wonder if I can get stuck in here. That would be a good test, right? Oh, I can kind of wobble back and forth, but I think my character model is just slightly... Oh. No? Okay, I guess I can't quite do that. Well, I had to try, right? Also, I think these blocks that make up this urban landscape seem to be about the only thing that is physics-powered in this game, as far as I'm aware anyway, that I've noticed. And that's kind of a neat thing, just because, well, changes your expectations a little bit, because you don't really know what you're getting into when you start what the general rules of this world are. And that's a thing that we notice as we start any game in particular, or any experience. We're trying to build up this little set of rules as we go, as we touch things and interact with things and see where they take us. So that doesn't seem to lead anywhere as far as I can tell, unless I try to, like, break this all apart, but it's going to get very, very noisy if I do that, so I don't know how much you want me to break this stuff. Also, it seems pretty solid as well. I don't think I'm going to necessarily get in there. It does make me curious, though, if I could, like, dig out this whole section. Maybe there's, like, a door underneath all the city. Oh, God, that was very loud. I'm sorry. I'll probably do it 5 or 10 more times, though, because now I'm curious, and I want to see if there's anything underneath. And what is the best way to even dig through this? I guess I'll just push them apart one at a time. Oh, God, so loud. RIP ear users. Can I push into this to make them fall? Yeah, okay, so that's kind of what I wanted to happen. I wanted them to smack into each other so they fall apart, and then I can kind of dig underneath. This is an entirely different experience than I was expecting to have a few minutes ago. I didn't think that sound would be such a deafening component of this experience. Oh, it's very difficult to dig into there, and I also can't see beyond that last grouping. You know what? I've gotten this far, but I think I'm going to leave this for you guys to do just because I don't want to deafen all of you and make you very mad at me. There's plenty of other reasons for you to be mad at me, but not that. Let's go back out and see if we can find another building to inhabit for a few moments. Why don't we go over to this one on the right? Let's take a quick look around just to see if there's anything else on the back part of this building. Doesn't look like it. Seems like we're just in some sort of cave that eventually opens up to a beautiful waterfall area over there. Uh-oh, door number 13. Looks like we've got Spoopy Room. Oh, no! Oh, Spoopy. What's over here? Oh, hello. Well, you certainly don't really belong in this art style, but I kind of like you anyway. What's up with the chair you're sitting on? Is that... Oh, yeah, it's totally flat. Oi, oi, oi. What's going on out here? So you got Skullbuster Video. Wow, what a difference. Skullbuster Video. How about this trash can here? No. Also quite flat. I always enjoy when we can stand on top of sprites and then make them spin in place to try and meet what it thinks is our viewpoint. Oh, we've got a museum over here. We should probably go take a look. And in case I didn't mention it, the name of this Oneiric Gardens, Oneiric is just a word that's sort of and pertaining to dreams. So that sort of fits in very well with the very dissonant and somewhat incohesive, if that's a word, methodology that's being employed here. Or fragmented, I guess, could possibly be a better word. Instead of walking through this nasty blood, I think I'll just try and hop across all these lamps, if possible. Oh, no, I missed. Oh, I made an effort at it anyway. Those mask faces, or whatever those are, quite creepy. Look a little like Corey Taylor from Slipknot or something. Let's go into the Skullbuster Video, I'm sorry. Oi, oi, what's up? You have anything over there behind the desk for me? Nope, pretty much standard, nothing. You're very tall, actually, or I'm very short. I'm really not sure of my scale. So we've got a TV over here. Why don't we go see if we can take out some of these videos. I wonder if I could recognize any of these from the spines. Bottom right... No, okay, I thought it was Silent Hill for a second, but I don't think so. Actually, these kind of look more like manga, now that I'm looking more carefully. But I can't really make out any of the words on them. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh, so scary. Okay, so what about this one? Okay, that's actually a little bit scary. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, but it's creepy. What about this one? Oh, kind of bugged out eyes inside of Hershey Kiss, I guess. Don't bite into that. You don't want to see what's going to come out. Oh, it's Frankenstein's monster! So I guess he'll just be making torturing sounds as I leave the Skullbuster Video. You know, good experience. I'm glad we went. Definitely something a bit different. Now, I want to really make it across this whole blood lake via these lanterns if I could just get up on top. Or street lamps, I guess, more like. Come on now. Did it before. There we go. And hop. And, oh no, I botched it again. Wonder if there's anything on the other side of these dice cubes, maybe. I should really be pushing into more objects just in case there's button prompts or things that I could use here. Not much going on. What about over in this direction? I want to be thorough about this. If we're going to explore, I want to explore properly, right? Nope. It's quite a sickly blood sound as we walk through it, though. Definitely doesn't leave much to the imagination as far as to whether this is blood or not. Seems to definitely be. Alright, so I guess we'll peace out on 13 World, and we'll head across the way over to this rather strange... Well, it's all strange, isn't it? Carpet-covered castle, I guess it was. So we've got glittering stars, some strange runes with eyes on it, and a very comfy-looking bunch of couches. And I guess it's sort of a lobby-type area. This reminds me a lot of, like, laser tag waiting room, perhaps. So why don't we walk in here and see if we can play some laser tag. Oh boy. It's like we're going into outer space. it's spoopy in a whole different way. I don't really know what this hallway is about, but I like it. And I really like the strobing, colorful stars that are happening. You can kind of see that it's just kind of like meeting up in the corners there, and it's just kind of a square box, but I'm okay with it anyway. And we go through here, and what is this structure? I have no clue. It is very pixelated, and it reminds me a little bit of the cave where you try to catch missing number in Pokemon, perhaps, which, honestly, I don't think I'm that far off with that assertion, considering who we're running into here. Is that kiss, heart, kiss, heart, kiss, heart, heart, kiss, kiss. Good to know. Kind of looks like a giant bunny or something like that with a couple little red dots next to it. Some kind of glyph, perhaps. Or maybe it's a mouth over on the right side. I don't know. It's very hard to make out the structures and the shapes. I don't know what any of you guys are, but I like you quite a bit. I would like some stuffed animals of you that I could keep on my mantle, because you're adorable. Alright, fair enough. This seems to be mostly what's going on here. I still don't think I was that far off with the laser tag thing. I think we could definitely play some solid laser tag in this room. It's got a very blacklight reactive feel to it, doesn't it? But I don't see much else to really do other than just say hi to all of these friends. Exclamation point, star, 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 exclamation point, star, 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 exclamation point. Indeed. And sad, 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 star, 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 question, question, question. Oh, it misses home, I think. Alright, let's go out. I wonder if these specific details, like the little things that these alien creatures were saying, were actually part of the developer's dreams that these are being drawn from. And it looks like we have transcended to Waterfall Valley here. Get another view of the sky. And, oh, we got a giant slug. It's like a cow slug of some kind, just hanging out over here. Can we be friends? No, doesn't look like it. It would be kind of neat if, like, the longer you wait in this room, the bigger the slug gets. I don't know why that would be neat, but I just think it would be. And eventually it would be so big that you could ride on its back and walk out of the building. I really want to get up there. I don't know if there's, like, any way to do that, but I kind of want to figure out one. Also, my apologies if this waterfall is too loud. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I guess probably nothing. Alright, well, I can get over to the waterfall, but doesn't seem like I can interact with it in any way. Rule number one, if you're going to make a video game that has a waterfall in it, you got to make the waterfall have a secret behind it. Alright, so let's go through the big old gate. Ooh, mysterious. So it's an eyeball on the ground that's shooting out eyeballs that are absorbed by a red eyeball on the ceiling. They kind of look like wax seals. Oh, I can take a ride in there. Okay. What about over here? Can I do something at this altar? Looks like a door in the background, but maybe not. Very mysterious stuff here. Oh, wait, where did that E come from? Was that from one of these? No, it's probably because it's too close to the center glyph. Just want to make sure that we don't miss anything. Maybe behind... Can I get behind these pillars? Yeah, I can. Wanted there to be something going on the floor, but I don't think so. Alright, looks like we're pretty much good to go then. I don't see too much else to do, so I guess we'll head into Eyeball Central, and... Whoa, hello! We're outside. Having a good time, I guess. It's very much beachy out here. It's very, very warm and welcoming, and also a little bit strange, of course, because we've got some floating architecture. And is this a surfboard? Oh, yeah. Oh, look at me. I guess that's me. I'm this little silhouetto of a man. Okay. Well, we can walk around on the water, I guess. I was a little worried that that was going to be a problem. But it looks like we can just freely walk wherever we want, so I guess we'll do a little bit more exploration here. And in my prior play, this is where we kind of couldn't go any further unless I missed some other details. So I will be as careful as possible. I also didn't try to, like, walk off into the borders of the world, which is kind of a standard thing for me to do in this series, right? Alright, we've got a very Mac OS 7 looking desktop wallpaper on this palm tree. Wish you dropped a coconut or something. That'd be kind of fun, but what are you gonna do? You kind of need to, like, kick around a coconut on this little island. Okay, how about... Can't really walk around any of this stuff. Yeah, alright, so there's like a big old block of invisible space that I can't really cross into for some reason. I wonder why that is. It's such a cool idea, though, being able to try and 3D map out some of your dreams or, like, ideas that you had, various impossible pieces of geometry that you've experienced in your less-than-waking life, and, you know, that'd be something I'd be totally down to try and figure out how to do. For some reason, the Cicada Marionette experiences that I've ever gone in, they all have a very similar vibe to them for some reason, but this one area in particular seems reasonably different from that, although I guess the art style still remains the same throughout. Oh, it's like a really bright fish carpet. Cool. Oh, and there's some more chairs we can sit in, I suppose. Very calming, very soothing over here. Doesn't seem like much else going on, though. It seems very sparse in this particular zone. It's the sacrifice that you make for wide-open spaces, I suppose. You get plenty of room to look, but not a lot of detail in the areas that are inhabitable. Got what appears to be like a pseudo-high-rise over here, but if I remember correctly, although you can go into the building, you can't actually go upstairs, which is a big shame. But I'd definitely like to go and get the vantage point from up top. Also, it'd be kind of neat to be able to use that height to sort of give the player a clue about something different. Maybe you go up to the top of the building and look down, and there's like a structure you can only see from on top of the building, and I don't know, maybe takes you somewhere else strange and interesting. So it looks like we actually spawned like in the middle of all of this stuff, and I didn't really realize that at first for some reason. There's a little building over here I guess we didn't really visit. The surfboard's on that side, so I guess I probably walked right past this before. I think I see a couch inside, so always a good sign. I don't know why, but it is. And what do we have inside? We've got the aforementioned couch. Looks kind of like a purple-dyed jean material, denim material. And we've got an inlaid... Oh, it's the bed with the carpet that we saw at the beginning in one of the first areas. No, not a whole lot else going on over here. Sort of reminded me a little bit of like a stone version, or a waterborne version of Stonehenge for some reason. I guess just monolithic stone structures standing starkly against a nature environment just have that propensity, don't they? And it seems like we're supposed to walk around up on this structure because we've got a lovely handy ramp that allows us quite easy access up to the top of this. But it looks like I'm not going to be able to go up to these ones unless we can walk on... Oh, maybe I can actually. Oh, yeah, abuse this, exploit this. Yeah. Okay, totally didn't think I'd be able to do that. And we can make the leap across. Oh, there totally should have been a secret area up here. Missed opportunities. Okay, that's kind of pretty, though. And, well, we can see the whole area from here. I never would have expected to be able to make it up to this. I don't even know if you're intended to make it up to this, but I figured out a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I guess we've just got one more structure to go visit over across the other end of the world. And maybe I should go back in the portal and see if anything changes if I go back in reverse direction. Probably not, but I guess it couldn't hurt to be exhaustive in our search through the Oneiric Gardens. The title actually seems to vary a little bit. I've seen it with the S and without the S, meaning Oneiric Garden, in various different places. In the title of the EXE, it's actually listed as Oneiric Garden, but then on all the actual listings of the game with the S, so I don't know. Not that it really matters very much. It's both a garden and a set of gardens, so... Nor would it matter whether or not that was actually a thing either way. So yeah, there's nothing really going on over here, sadly. Unless I haven't grinded into enough objects, which is entirely possible. It actually said in the description for this game on GameJolt to make sure you try and grind into as many surfaces as possible. And I feel like I've let myself down on that front. I've seen a lot of surfaces, but I haven't ground into them very much. Alright, so one last jaunt will take us back over to the initial warp portal and see if we can actually warp backward through time and space. I'm not sure we're allowed to, but I guess it's worth looking. Yeah, I would think this was probably just another of the various gardens that we could visit. in our own time. Has anything changed with this altar here? Not really, huh? What if I can, like, jump up on top of this? Nope. Okay. So I guess we'll just go back into the other room and call it GG on Oneiric Gardens. Oh, I forgot how loud that waterfall is there. Oh, I don't think I turned around and noticed that there's like a big old creepy skull thing that we walked out of in the first place. Quite fitting. Very cool, as is this statue of sort. Should I go back all the way out? Yeah, I'm pretty sure nothing's changing, but anyway, I think that's about all we have to see on Oneiric Garden. Very cool experience. I wish there was more to see with this one. I really did enjoy the walking and the journey that's involved. Oh, you know what? That would have been sweet if this lit up and then this took us somewhere else entirely. Definitely makes me want to play Crypt World some more, because that sort of has a very similar vibe to this, only like a coherent story that runs through, or, well, I'm being a little generous with coherent, but, you know, interesting and bizarre and esoteric story that goes with it, whereas this is just kind of freeform exploration adventure, and there's room for both of those things. I definitely enjoy the disjointed nature of things and just the sketchy doodly kind of quality that goes along with things that don't really make sense from one area to another, very much like Dreams. I mean, that is the point after all, and in some ways this is actually a lot more coherent than I would have expected from a Dream game. But anyway, if you guys want to go investigate, there will be a link for this right in the description. It is totally free, and you can actually just go bump into all the objects you can and see if you can find anything that I missed. I would definitely appreciate if you do find anything cool. Let me know in the comments, and as well as just let me know in general what you think about this whole little experiment slash doodle slash game. And I will be back with more videos real soon. As always, if you enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like. It helps me out a whole bunch, and I will be back for another episode tomorrow, because new episodes of Indie Impressions go up every single day without fail. So I look forward to bringing you another one then, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Talk to you all later.